Hey everyone, how you doing today? My name is Kirsty, aka Beth Bookish, and this is my January reading plans, part 1. A few things to note before I finish. First of all, yes, I'm sat on the floor. I'm just borrowing Ren's stand and I just cannot be bothered to set mine up. 2, I am ill as all crap right now. I have COVID and I feel like crap, so I might sound and look like crap. So I apologise in advance. 3, I've forgotten already. Oh yeah, that was it. I was going to relaunch my Heroic TBR this month, but with Adventurerathon and Ren being here, I just kind of ran out of time to finish getting that ready. So we're not going to be getting that back until February, but it's great because it means that I can focus my TBR purely on Adventurerathon. And then the final thing is that yes, this is part 1, which is the main quest prompts. And then part 2 will be the first week of January, where I'll be doing the side quests and talking through the ones that I'm thinking about doing. So yeah, this is kind of scary because like I said in the rules, that once you have chosen your books, that is it. You can't then change your selection unless you have finished other prompts to earn money to pay it to change it. So I'm a little bit afraid of that, not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, people have started to figure out ways around things, and Jonah, especially helpfully, was like, hey, I know a way around this. And it was like, great, thanks, dude. So, what are my prompt/books? First of all, we have the Guildhall, and my character, May Tharanel, who I have a little image here that I will put up. She is very interested in the world. She wants to be an explorer. She's also in Book Roast's Aurelium, and she is enrolled at Aurelium Academy as a Feywild cartographer. So she very much is interested in plants, in animals, the world around her, and is very much drawn to that kind of group. So she would be drawn to Table 3, which is full of, adventurers and people who are covered in mud and have got animal companions and talking and comparing maps and all of that kind of thing. And so I've chosen for this one, with the animal companion idea, Ex-Yakuza and Stray Kitten by Riddle Kamimura. Because this is a guy who is ex-Yakuza who takes in a stray kitten, and I imagine it's going to be him basically learning how to take care of it, and the kitten's going to become his best buddy. And if this is not going to be one of the cutest and most wholesome things, I might cry. But yeah, I feel like it will be a perfect one for this prompt. And yeah, I feel like my character would love cats, so it's a perfect little prompt for that, book for that. Next up was the Magical Forest, and my own readathon. I am slightly cheating. I did have some ideas, and then Ren and I have decided that as a little romantic date thing, we are going to read the same book, and then we're going to swap it, we're going to annotate as we read and then swap the editions with each other. So I'll have Ren's copy, Ren will have mine, and we just have that little memento. And the book that we've chosen is set on a Christmas tree farm. And I was like, well, it's the magic of Christmas and the magic of romance and falling in love. That counts, right? So we have Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. And I know strictly it's not an enchanted forest in its own right. But as Jonah in his recommendation video pointed out, he did things that, again, they themselves were not the enchanted forest, but they were a forest that had enchanted things. And what more enchanting thing is there than falling in love under the magic of Christmas and the glow of all of the trees and just... Yeah, I'm milking it. But
yeah, you bend those rules.
Next up we have Place in the Title, which was Cast Village. And for this one, it's actually going to be the first book that I read this year. I've chosen Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert because it has convention, and a convention is a place. I thought it would be a really lovely one to get started with the year on. And yeah, I love convention books and I love stories with enemies to lovers, and it has only one bed trope. Say no more. I am gonna be enjoying this, I hope. And yeah, it's also fulfilling my tradition of starting the year with an author I've never read. I've never even heard of this author, let alone never read them, so it's going to be great. Next up, we have the first of 2 books that I plan on reading as part of like a little trying to get into reading translated novels. And I realised just as I was getting ready to film this that these 2 kind of have very similar vibes and are from the same country, so I'm probably do this as like a little vlog. And so the first one is Ilaria Ruins, a book where history has an impact on the plot. And for this, I've gone with Before the Coffee Goes Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. And this one is about time travel and people going back into the past, but you have to return before the coffee gets cold. It just feels like a really good, cosy book to start the year on. I don't know if it's because I read Under the Whispering Door at the start of this year, thanks to a certain someone. And that book kind of just resonated all year with me, with the idea of the tea and just the vibes of that. And it also has kind of similar colour scheme as well. So I don't know, this just feels like a wintry, cosy book for me. And so I decided to go with this one. And then the other book that I'm going with that fits in that kind of cosy, Japanese translated coffee shop, bookshop feel. I'm not really sure what I'm going to call it, like maybe a Japanese cozy, like reading cozy Japanese novels. I don't know yet. If you've got any ideas for like vlog titles, please do link them below. But the next one is the Ren's evil pick of both a light source and some water of some description on the cover. So I've gone with Days at the Morisaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa. And for this one, it's basically, say, I think it's a woman. Yes. So we have a 25-year-old woman. This bookshop has been in her family for generations. She lives there, and then she ends up picking up books. She's never really been a reader, but she does start to read, and she starts to interact with the patrons of the bookstore. And then it just says that it's like, as summer fades to autumn, Satoru and Takako discover they have more in common than they first thought, and the Morisaki bookshop has something to teach them both about life, love, and the healing power of books. And even though it says it's a summer and autumn book, it's got a wintry cover because it's got snow and it's got light bulbs. So I don't really know why, but I picked this up when we went to Birmingham last week, and it was like I walked into the shop, took one look at it and went yoink. And just picked it up within, I think, 5 seconds of being in the store. So I just figured these 2 would pair really well for doing that sort of like reading cosy, wholesome, Japanese translated fiction. And I just feel like both of these are going to give me warm, lovely vibes. I really hope so. It would be nice. My voice is starting to crack. That's hilarious. Then we had the tower that I can't remember the name of it, the Wizard's Tower thing, which was one of Jonah's locations. And this was a book with a random letter generator, and for this I haven't rolled it here, and I'm not going to do it here because effort, but I did do it, and I very kindly, thank you book gods, got the letter S. And I was like, oh thank God, because so far traditionally every time I've had a random letter generator, the bastards have given me an X or a V or just a really random letter that you're like, there's like 3 books in the world that have that letter as their first letter. So yeah, I got the letter S, and that was brilliant, and I was very grateful. So for this one, I've gone with Shanghai Immortal by A.Y. Chow. This is following Jing, who is half vampire and half kitsune. Very interesting combination, but it also says that she is all sasshole. And I'm just like, I can't decide if I think that that word is amazing or cringy AF. I think it's a bit of both. But I'm like, we've had alpha hole, now we've got sass hole. But I was drawn to this, and it's basically like her mother sold her off to the Lord of the Underworld, and he sends her on errands, and her latest one just gets her embroiled in multiple things. That means that she has to cross from the underworld into Shanghai and work with a human, and then her feelings are going to get all jumbled. And it just sounds so good. It's also a debut from this year, and I had really hoped to get to it this year. I even got an arc of it over on NetGalley, and I just never got round to it. So now that I have the physical book, I'm like, I will be doing this. And then finally, we have an old familiar friend making its way back onto the TBR for I don't know how many times it's been on my TBR, and I feel like yet again it's this one that's not going to end up getting read, and I feel so sorry for it. And I am excited. I'm genuinely excited to read this book. I don't know why I haven't, but the prompt for it, when I can find it, is a source of magic. So we know the source of the magic and where the magic comes from. And that is This Vicious Grace by Emily Teed. I've had this since July of last year because I picked it up at Yalk. I love it. It's gorgeous. And I even have, look, I'm ready. The tabs are good to go. The highlighters have been picked. I know what I'm doing. I think it's been on at least 4, if not 5 TBRs since I got it. It's been sat on the edge of next to me on the side of my bed for months. It was sat in my reading pile and I just have not picked it up, but I'm still excited for it. And this one is the source of magic is the gods. So we have like an all-powerful being that's given the magic to the main character. And yeah, I am excited for it. I just have not gone around to it. So yet again, it's going on a TBR to probably yet again not get read. This is my little stack, my little collection. I've tried to go for shortish books if I can, because from the 11th to the 15th, we're away for my birthday. We're going to Edinburgh. So I highly doubt we're going to be doing a lot of reading there. And then obviously Ren leaves on the 17th. So the 16th and 17th are going to be very busy with, last minute things and packing and saying goodbye and emotions. The 18th and 19th, I'm probably just going to be like recovering from the manic everything of that has been Ren being here, as well as going into a massive depression. So I'm probably not going to want to read because I'm going to be like, it is my Ren here. And then finally, we'll then only have like 2 weeks left. So I've tried to go for shorter books with a couple of longer ones mixed in. And then stupidly did not think to include any audiobooks because I am smart. And I still have my side quests to go through because I want to partake in the 600 plus page book because I need the moolah, I need the money. And I desperately need to get to that chunky bugger up there, which is gold. And I still have a couple of other side quests. Most of them I'm not so bothered about. There are a few that I do want to get to. So they will come in January. I'll go through that and I'll do part 2, like I said, in the first week of January. But yeah, it's just one of those. It's like, So yeah, if you yourself are planning on partaking but you're still struggling with recommendations, do not forget that there is the spreadsheet that is available on the G Drive where there are recommendations available for you to check out. There is Discord if you're struggling, and also both myself and Jonah have done the main quest recommendations and I'll link both videos below. Ren because of obvious reasons, wasn't able to get the main quests done, but they are going to be doing a side quest one in January, and all 3 of us hopefully will get side quest ones, but that will be talked about later. But yeah, if you are planning on partaking and you are struggling to find books for the main quests, then yeah, check those videos out, check out the spreadsheet, and if you're still struggling, head on over to Discord and our team of amazing people, because so far I've barely had to do anything on that forum because everyone's just so quick and so good at supporting and helping each other. It's amazing, and I'm so just in awe that like this community has been created, and I'm like, holy crap, I created this and they're amazing and I love all these people. So yeah, Let me know in the comments if you have decided on your TBR yet. Please don't forget, once you have locked in your TBR, you are unable to then change your books, and I will be watching if you post your TBR and you then submit the form at the end of the readathon and your books differ. I will be coming for you. So just bear that in mind. That includes myself, because I know I will probably be an idiot and do something stupid. Anyway, I'm slowly dying, my chest now hurts, and I need to go to bed. I hope you're good, I hope you're staying safe, and until next time, bye!